Yes, good evening, guys. Good evening. One sec. Yes. Out of yes. Yes, Charan. In NEET also there is a chance of questions will be coming out of the syllabus. That means out of the textbook. The chances every time is there. Okay. One time it little more. That means like when you go for like 2 to 3 years back or 4 years back, okay, when you take aims or the jipmer exams, like mostly that happens, okay. But when you compare to the recent years, that means 2 years, those sort of syllabus questions are highly reduced. Okay, highly means way highly, either 1, 2 or 3 questions will be there that will be out of syllabus questions, and most of them will be conceptual questions. Even though those particular words or sentences not in the textbook, that can be understandable, or if you understand that particular concept, you can answer that. Okay. So even in the CET also, sometimes one question, something will become in that way, conceptual question, we will say. So because those answers you can't find directly in the textbook, but you can find if you think about that and if you know the concepts well. Okay. So it's inevitable. Okay. If you know that concept, then you can answer properly. And even though you didn't answer one, or if you leave the 2 questions also, it doesn't matter, because if all the other questions are correct, then it will be good only. Okay. So if you know all the questions, but you 2 questions are out of syllabus, if you don't answer, still you can score how many marks? You can score 712 marks. That's really good. Okay. Really too good. So no problem in that. In CET also same thing happens. So don't take tension about that. So that's what we are doing here. So not only concept understanding, if you go for ICAR or KPY exam, okay, Indian Council of Agriculture Research exam, or KPY, which is conducted from IASP, or there's another CUCET, that means Central University Common Entrance Test, or ISER or NISER. There sometimes this happens. There's some concepts the questions will be asked out of the syllabus or out of the NCERT textbook. Okay. So that's what we are doing. We try to cover all those concepts so you can answer all those questions. Okay. So read textbook, that's always primary, and read the notes and understand the concept. Those are the necessary things. Okay. So yes, guys. So we will try to start the class. Sorry, we will start the class. Hi, good evening, Gopika, Anu, Akil, Dikshit, and Parvati. Okay, so we are very excited about these classes, right? Yesterday, I left 2 things. I thought of adding it here. Okay. No, Chirant. JIPMER and AIMS have the separate exams up to the last year. From this year, in complete India, only one exam will be there for the medicals. According to the Supreme Court order, that will be the NEET. There will be no any other exams. Okay, but selection for the AIMS, JIPMER, and the AFMC will be gone through some different processes. Starting process will be same, NEET only. Later, some will conduct the interview, some will conduct some other process. That will be different. Okay, but only one exam for medical, that will be NEET. Okay. Yes, guys. So yesterday I left 2 things. So I just want to mention it one more time. The another names for the Ctenophora are comb jellies, because they look like a jelly, but they have the combs. That's why combs means plates. Okay, combs means plates. And these are also called as sea walnuts. Walnut is a kind of seed. Okay, these are looks like a walnut, as you can imagine here. So they called as sea walnut. Okay, and another one thing, most of you guys wanted to see this cilia, how cilia will be in Ctenophora. So I took a photo, sorry, not I took a photo, I copied a photo from somewhere which is actually showing the cilia in a more detailed way. Okay, so you can observe these are the ciliary fragments. Okay, all these are the cilia in the Ctenophora, what you can see here. Okay. So here not only movement and color changes also happening. The change in colors, any Ctenophora have no comb plates? No, I don't think so. Okay, what we can, there are only 2 orders are there. Both of them have the comb plates only. It may or may not have the tentacles that we discussed, right? So 2 orders are there. Both of the order have the plates. No issue. Okay. Comb jellies, that's what I told you, Sachin. Comb jellies means, for a only, these have the comb or plates and they look like jellies only. So we called it as the comb jellies. Okay. So we'll move on, quick to the next one. So already how much time over? Yeah, 4 minutes is over. Okay. Yes. So the first question came. The question is simple but little confusing, I think. Okay. So try to understand the question, then start to answer. Okay. Metagenesis refers to. They are asking what is metagenesis means. Occurrence of drastic change in form during post-embryonic development, presence of segmented body and parthenogenetic mode of reproduction. What is the meaning of parthenogenetic mode of reproduction? That means reproduce asexually without forming any gametes. Okay. Presence of different morphic forms. Morphic means external characters. Alternation of generation between asexual and asexual phases of an organism. Okay, think about this, and before you answer, I want everyone to think about it before the answer, and who are in the Zoom, only answer in the Zoom poll, and who are in the YouTube live can answer in the live chat also. Okay, so yes, don't get confused. Okay, all the four options are look similar, but when you saw it clear cut version, or when you go through the things we discussed, how the two forms will be different. Okay, I know that you know the two different forms, right? What are those forms? Two forms. Yeah, correct, Sachin. Right. So yes, one is a polyp and another one is a medusa, and one will be a sessile form, that means attached to the substratum. Okay, and another one will be free living, that means it's randomly moving throughout the ocean or the anyway, right? So yeah, last 10 seconds, I'm getting answers from the YouTube live also. Here is also okay. Most of you guys are giving correct answers. We'll see which one is correct. Okay. Yes, but I don't know. Like students are very less. Probably they don't know classes there. Guys, I'm not mentioning. You know that this one, right? Schedule of the classes. So there is no need for us to like say everyday same things. So I think you guys can join the class without putting a message in the group also, right? Good evening, good evening. I'm ending the poll, guys. Okay, even though very less people answered, but time is already over. I'm sharing the results. 10% chosen option A, 22% B, 14% C, and 54% D. I'm stop sharing the result. And in YouTube, everyone chosen 100% D. Okay, so we will see what happens here. So what they're asking what's the meaning of metagenesis? Occurrence of drastic change in form during the post-embryonic development. Okay, embryo's development is happening. Post-embryonic means after the embryo. But we never mentioned about embryo or non-embryo about this, right? So we don't know about this. This is not the answer. We never mentioned about embryo or anything. Presence of segmented body, you can remove it because metagenesis we not use in segmented body. It is formed in the nidaria. Nidaria don't have a segmented body. You can remove this one, right? Presence of different morphic forms. Yes, correct. It have two forms. One is sessile form, another is the free living form. One is looks different, one is looks different. Yeah, I may have some doubt. I will put it like okay. Then alternation of generation between asexual and sexual phases of an organism. Yeah, this is also correct. Two life cycle is there. One is the medusa and another one is the phallus. Okay, sorry. So these two will be alternation will be happening. How it's happening then? How it's happening? So it's happening through the different asexual and sexual phase, right? Which one is the asexual phase? Can anybody answer? Which one is called asexual phase? Is it polyp or medusa? Yes. Which one is the sexual phase then? Which one is the sexual phase? Correct, right. Always think which one is like flying, that's actually sexual phase. Okay. So this is also correct, right? So you will get confused. C is also correct. D is also correct. Which one you have to choose? Here, they only mentioned the presence of different morphic forms. Okay, correct. This sentence is absolutely correct. I'm not telling this is wrong. Okay, but when come to here, they have some more scientific words when explaining alternation of generation. Absolutely correct. difference between asexual and sexual phases of an organism. Okay, so what they mentioned here is just a what you can say surface level of sentence. What they are mentioning here is an in-depth sentence. Okay, then which one we have to choose? We have to choose option D. Okay, I'm not saying option C is absolutely wrong. Okay, option C is partially correct only. But the issue is option D is more suitable for this particular question than the option C. Okay, so the correct answer is option D. You can think about it. This question is asked in NEET 2015. Okay. So second question, I think you guys understood about that. If you still have any doubt, you can ask in the chat box. Okay. So second question, bilateral symmetry is absenting. Bilateral symmetry is absenting. You know what is the meaning of bilateral symmetry, and I think you know all these organisms. Obelia, frog, octopus, and mammal. I'm launching the poll now. Okay. I think even though this looks a little confusing, this is one of the easiest question, right? This is one of the easiest question. If you think at least for 10 seconds, okay. If you think for 10 seconds, you will get the answer. Okay. So that kind of, it's kind of a direct question, even though it's not direct, right? Yes, I'm getting the answers. Good, good, good guys. You still have 30 seconds to answer. Still some who are not chosen the answer, you can still think and you can answer. That's really good. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. We still have 20 seconds to go and we still need 50% more votes. Don't get confused. Okay. So you can't remove the things, just try to think which one is correct. When you can't remove the options, just think which one is correct, which you can feel it. This one will be 100% sure. Okay. I'm ending the poll. Yes, I'm ending the poll in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm ending the poll. 1 sec, Manisha. I will come back to you. Okay. After this question. Yeah, so 57% chosen option A, 7% chosen option B, 24% chosen option C, 13% chosen option D. I'm stop sharing the result, and in YouTube everyone given 100% given option A. Okay, yeah, correct. So we'll see what happens here. They're asking about bilateral symmetry, and we know that it's present in higher organisms, but we still not studied yet. Okay, so we will think about it. Frog belongs to the chordata, and a mammal belongs to the chordata. Where octopus belongs to? Which phylum octopus belongs to? Can anybody answer where it is? Does it belongs to what is that? Annelida, Arthropoda, Ascalmanthus, Mollusca. Why? Why? No. Correct, right? This belongs to, no. Really. This belongs to the mollusca. You don't know this, guys. You don't know about octopus. Leave it. Okay. You know about Obelia. Obelia belongs to where? Obelia belongs to which phylum? Cnidaria. You know about the Cnidaria. And what is the symmetry which is present in Cnidaria? The symmetry which is present in Cnidaria is the not biradial. It's radial only. Ctenophora is the biradial. Okay, I'm talking about Cnidaria, not Ctenophora. Okay, so it's a radial symmetry. You know, bilateral symmetry is absent in. Absent means no what they are asking. So it's radial. You know that you can directly choose the option, right? Remember, these things we not at all covered. I'm removing these things because we not at all covered this. So you don't know about the things that you don't know about these options. You don't know what they belongs to or where they belongs to. Okay, still you can find the answer by thinking about Obelia if you read it. Okay, but Obelia don't have radial symmetry. Who told you? Obelia belongs to the Cnidaria. So no. Obelia not asymmetrical. Okay. No, this is not prepared by me, Chiranta. This is actually given in the Avanti module. Okay, probably this one is from the Avanti Acharya module and another questions from the Bansal modules, but these are not old question papers. Okay, so this is not prepared by me. I'm not doing that. Pavan, you know about Obelia, right? Obelia form find in two forms. One is the polyp and another one is the medusa form. Okay, what you saw is this particular form. That's why you are saying it is asymmetrical, but these are not asymmetrical. Okay, those tentacle, what you can see, right? If you cut down like this, it will become symmetrical only. Okay, yes, yeah. Okay, so you can find it in the symmetry only. Okay, these are not asymmetrical, these are radial only. Okay, so what is those are modules, Manvita. Okay, those are modules for like little higher levels. So that will be different modules. So from there I choose actually some questions. Okay, so remember about these things and correct. Parvati, Ashwin, Gopika, absolutely correct. Okay, so think about this and remember all the Nidarians are radial only. Don't think about any other things. Okay, it may do not look like radial, but it's actually radial if you take the counts of the arrangement of the tentacles and all the things. Okay, so it's sea anemone which have drawn. Wait, this one. Huh, polyp, we have the photo, right? We have the photo somewhere here, guys. 1 second, I will show you. Obelia. Here only we have Obelia. See, polyp and medusa form. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay. So yes. So just observe it one more time. Okay. I actually wrote these things there. Okay, so we will move on to the next one. So which one is the next one? Next one is the this is yes. Next one is the platyhelminthes. Okay, next one is the platyhelminthes, or it's also called as the flatworms. I think some of you are already seen this particular worm, even though flatworm. Okay, so this is called as hammerhead. Okay, this is called as hammerhead. So this is belongs to the platyhelminthes. This is not snake guys. Snake guys. Okay. Manisha, in that last question, if there is only given the alternation of generation, then you will get confused. Okay. So then you have to choose for alternation of generation only. That will be a better terms, but they won't give like that. It is highly confusing. If both of the answers are correct, then what happens? You will get the grace marks. Don't take tension about those things. Okay. Yeah. So this is called as hammerhead. Probably most of you already seen this hammerhead in the rainy season. Okay. And they will say that it's a snake. Okay. Type of snake, but it's not a snake because snakes belongs to the chordata. You know about those things. Okay. Reptilia. That's completely different. These are looks like snake. Okay. But these are not snakes. These are called platyhelminths. Hammerheads. They are predatory in nature. Predatory in nature means they'll hunt down. Okay. As you can see here, they just digested the snail. Okay, how it's digested the snail, you can see in that video only, right? There is actually reversible and insertable gut is there. Even though it do not feed inside, it will actually insert the gut inside that and absorb the materials. Okay, so and leave the outer shell. Okay, so just observe it one more time and don't think that this is actually a snake. This is a hammerhead, belongs to the platyhelminthes. The platyhelminthes, minthus means worm and flatty means flat in nature. Okay. Yeah, look, as you can observe here, right? Why it's called hammerhead? Because the head is like hammer only, like this. Okay, that's why it's called hammerhead. Okay, you can observe here properly. Okay, so you can find everywhere. In most of the Karnataka, it's distributed, and it's also distributed in the Tamil Nadu, like most of the India, guys. Okay, except in highly dried regions, most of the regions it's distributed. You can find it on the trees and in some grasses. Okay, yeah. So we can move on. So next one is how will be the habitat and habits and everything will be. Okay, how will be the habitats and habits? What do you guys think? How it will be its habitat? Okay, most of these things, mostly parasite. I'm not saying all parasites. Okay, Sir, white's body is jelly and water. It's not jelly and water like. These are slimy in nature. Okay, they secrete some fluids to get in moisture. Otherwise, they will die of the excessive transpiration or dryness. Okay, that's why they secrete mucus kind of the things throughout their body. Okay, so you can find it in the snail, right? Exactly like that. Okay, yes, mostly parasites. Okay, parasites means it's living inside some body or anything. Okay, but few of them, few are actually aquatic. Okay, and some of them are terrestrial also. Yes, they are predatory in nature, absolutely. Mostly are parasitic, few are aquatic and terrestrial nature, and they also show predatory nature. Predatory means they attack on some other organisms and they kill, exactly like a tiger or lion, but in a smaller scale. Okay, it preys, correct, it preys on the other organism. Okay, body form, how the body form is there. Okay, these are dorso-ventrally flattened. Dorso-ventrally flattened, that means that's why it's called platyhelminths or flatworms, right? Dorso-ventrally flattened body. What is endo or exo? Chirant, are you asking is it an endoparasite or exoparasite? These are mostly endoparasite. Okay, they present inside the body. Okay, not majorly as an exoparasite, majorly as an endoparasite. Okay, and sorry. So these are dorsal-ventrally flattened, like flat structure. Okay, and what will be the symmetry? Guys, can you guys think? Yes, exactly. This is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral, no radial, no radial. Remember, symmetry is always an evolutionary form. Asymmetrical in periphery, radial symmetry in mid area, and then biradial symmetry in the this one ctenophora. Later will be the platyhelminthes, right? Bilateral symmetry. Remember, from here, all the organisms are bilateral. Okay, all the organisms are bilateral except the members of the echinodermata. Okay, except the members of echinodermata, all the other phylums are bilateral only. You can remember like that. Whatever comes after the platyhelminthes, all of them are bilateral only, including the platyhelminthes. Okay, germ layers. How it will be? Is it diploblastic or triploblastic? What do you guys think? Yes. These are triploblastic. I told you, right? Last time what happened, even though it's a diploblastic, it's showing like triploblastic nature. Here it's exactly triploblastic. That means it have endoderm, endoderm. Sir, is it blind? No. Exactly. Okay. Yes, it is blind. Okay. So I will tell you how it can sense and everything. I will explain one more time. Okay. Sorry, I didn't saw the message earlier. Okay. Yes. So these have a triploblastic. Now on, do all have triploblastic? Exactly, Varsha. Okay. From now on, from the platyhelminthes, all of them are triploblastic. Okay. There is no need of thinking anything. So level of organization. What may be the level of organization? Level of organization. So what may be? So can I guys? No, not tissue. Tissue done. Next one is the organ level. Yes, organ level. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So tissue level is done. So we started with the organ level. Okay. Organ level of the organization you can find. So what are the organs we can find? We will see. Okay. What are the organs we can find? We will see about that also. Okay. Exactly, Ajay. Okay. So next things will be some other things. Okay. Some other things we have to discuss. One is the body wall structures. Okay. Body wall structures. These have epidermal cells. Last page he gives some of the organ system. In last page, we will discuss that. It will come later. Okay, where the tissue level is done. Tissue level here I can't say those things because tissue, even organ present means tissue is also present. Tissue level will end in the ctenophora. Later that will be organ level. Later organ system will come. Ctenophora ends with the tissue system. Okay. Body wall is formed of epidermis, and this epidermis will be protective in function. Okay, some of this also produce some moist layers to protect it from the desiccation. Desiccation means drying up. Okay, drying up in the hot sun. So help in the desiccation of epidermis. Okay, body cavity. Next one will be the body cavity. How it will be? Is this acoelomates or coelomates or what? Pseudocoelomates. What do you guys think about platyhelminthes? but they sense the light. Ha, Dikshit. Okay, they sense the light. Yes, you are absolutely correct. We will have a separate page for the sensory organs. There I will tell you what are the sensory organs they have. Okay. Yes, these are the oscillomates. Okay, these are the oscillomates. That means they don't have any kind of the coelom. Okay, they don't have any kind of the coelom. But what happened instead of this coelom? That means cavity is not there, but the gap is filled with a kind of tissue. Those are called as parenchyma cells. Parenchyma cells are filled inside the body, filled inside. Don't compare this parenchyma with the parenchyma which is present in the plants you are normally familiar with. Okay. Planaria comes here only. Planaria comes here only. Okay, Pawan. So remember, both of the times the meaning will be same. Okay, where we refer the parenchyma means a common type of a cell. Okay, a common type of a cell. In plant, parenchyma will be different. It's a common type of a cell which is present in the plant. Here, parenchyma means same only. Okay, a common type of cell which is present in between is called parenchyma. Okay. Yes, so they do not have any coelom, but spaces will be filled with the parenchyma cells. Okay, digestive tract. If you consider digestive tract is present, but it is incomplete. Incomplete means what? It only have one opening. Okay, incomplete digestive system. So what you can goes inside have to go outside with a single what you can say opening. Okay, but digestive system is very poorly developed or not at all present. That means absent or in poorly present, poorly formed in which forms? In the parasitic forms. Okay, why it is happen like that? Why it is happen like that? So the issue is, remember, whatever is happening is maybe due to the some difference in mutation or anything. But when there is no use of something, we will normally leave it there only, right? If it is a think that it's winter season or think that it's a summer season, do all of we bring the this one umbrella to the school? No, right? We normally don't bring the umbrella to the school even in the winter or in the summer seasons because we don't need that, right? Correct. But in the rainy season, we will bring that because we need that, right? Exactly same kind. These parasitic forms actually get the completely digested ready-made food. Okay, like it's already digested in our body and glucose is forming. It will absorb those glucose. There is no need of any digestive system because it's already getting the processed food. Okay, so then why it should have kept the digestive system? Because the digestive system also comprises of the different kinds of cells. Those digestive system, if present, will produce enzymes or some chemicals. It need energy, so it's extra energy, it's wasting. So it thought that, okay, anyway I'm not using it, so why should I have it, right? It got removed of it. Okay, yes, correct, Thomas, right? Parasitic forms have hooks and suckers. Exactly, Manvita, right? Same thing happened. If you leave fishes, if you know that fish have the eyes and it have the fins and everything, right? If you keep a fish in the completely what you can say very lightless area or in the cave or somewhere and you bred it for like how many hundreds of generations, those eyes of the fishes will be eventually got reduced. Okay, or the fishes which is highly sensory in the night time, though will get the more benefits. Okay, why it's happening like that? Because when there is no light means they don't need any eye, right? Even though it have the eye, there will be no use. So they will convert it like that. Okay, so that happens like that. There are some explanation for that. It's not simple as we think. Why it happens like that? It is not Lamarck's theory, or it kind of looks like Lamarck's theory, but those are completely different things. We will discuss later. But it don't have any use, so we don't have. Okay. Mouth in ventral side, Charan. Mouth will be maybe present on, mostly present on the ventral side, and it may have suckers. It may have suckers means a kind of attachment shields. Okay, we will see that in the photo. Okay, all those things. What about skeletal, respiratory, and circulatory systems? These systems are completely absent. Okay. So you don't find any skeleton, you don't find any respiratory system, you don't find any circulatory system. Then how these processes are happening then? If I say that it's absent, there should be something to make this happen, right? So there are some systems are there. Skeleton is absent, absolutely, but these have hydroskeleton. Okay, these are the hydroskeleton. So what is the meaning of hydroskeleton then? Skeleton means, give the shape. Hydro means water. That means the water filled body gives the shape to the body, not any skeleton. Okay, presence of the water inside the body is exactly like balloon. Okay, if you fill the balloon with the air or the water, then that will get the shape, right? It may be heart shape, it may be a spherical shape or any shape, exactly like this. Because of the filling of the water, the body get a particular shape. That's what we call it as a hydroskeleton. Okay, and respiration is happens through, yes, as most of you answered, it happens through the diffusion. Okay, and circulation is happens through the diffusion through the parenchyma cells. Okay, it happens diffusion only. Okay, it happens through the diffusion only by through the help of what? Through the help of the parenchyma cells. The diffusion happens through the parenchyma cells. Yes, you can mention it like osmosis, but osmosis is a kind of diffusion only. Okay, when you take a diffusion, we will differentiate. Okay, simple diffusion and osmosis. Then we again differentiate osmosis into exosmosis, endosmosis, and plasmolysis. All those things we will learn that in the plant physiology, but leave it. This kind of a diffusion only. Okay, so guys, do you guys think is it have any blood? Okay, no, it do not have any blood. Okay, it do not have any blood. Yes, Chiranta. The respiration, everything happens through the skin only. Okay, so it do not have any blood, so that's why I mentioned no circulatory system or anything. Okay, so what about the excretory system? Okay, what about the excretory system? Excretory system happens through a special kind of a thing that is called as flame cells. Okay, that's called as the flame cells. So here we can come in this completely different one, okay, systems. So excretion happens through a process of different kind of a organ called as, sorry, not organ, cells. So those are called as the flame cells. Why we call it like that? So because if you go internally, it looks like a flame, something like this, okay, something like this. So we call it as a flame cells. That's completely different. We don't need that, okay. The flame cells will be present along with the body's exterior. That means related to the skin, and they will remove the waste materials. Okay, what may be the waste material? The waste material will be normally ammonia. Okay, normally ammonia will be the excretory material. Okay, excretion will be ammonia only. Okay, so these are actually a complete zoomed out portion of the flame cells or flame bulb. One flame bulb will contain more than 10-20 flame cells. Okay, yes, is this planaria? Yes, this one is the planaria only. Okay, this is planaria only, exactly. Okay, so remember this question is most asked question in the platyhelminthes. Okay, most asked question. Okay, so they ask what is the excretory system or excretory organ or cells which is present in the platyhelminthes. That will be the flame cells. Flame cells will do the excretion, and excretory product will be ammonia. And we normally say it like chiefly ammonia. Okay, why we call it as chiefly ammonia? These lower organisms are there, right? So what happens? Most of the individuals will be one mode of the nitrogen waste there is there, and some may go for the some other types. Even though one is like, if you take an example of planaria or the hammerhead, mostly it will excrete through in the process of ammonia, but 1 or 2% or 3% of urea will be there. Okay, that's why we call it as chiefly ammonia. Mostly it will be ammonia. Yes, Vinay, we will come to that. Okay, regeneration is there. Okay, regeneration is there. So what is the osmoregulation? Ha, correct, Dikshit. I spots is there. We will come to that. Okay. What is osmoregulation? Osmoregulation is maintenance of minerals level within the body. Okay. Osmotic concentration, we will say, that means concentration of minerals. So I will write here osmoregulation. So these flame cells will do that. Osmoregulation means maintaining ion concentration. Not that chiefly. Okay. I have some what trouble with F and P pronunciation. Okay. Sorry. Maintaining of what's that? Ion concentration. Maintaining of ion concentration in body. Okay. If it is not visible, please inform me. I will change the color. Okay. It's not that much clearly visible. I will change the color. That will be better. Right. Maintenance of ion concentration in body. So CONC means concentration in body. So what this will do, this will excrete the extra minerals which is present in the body, because if it is extra minerals means what happens, the body will tend to go for absorbing more water. So again it will help destroy the cells. Okay. So these will maintain the ion levels within the body cells. So that's what we call as the osmoregulation process. The flame cells also do that. Okay. Yeah. So I will go for the eye spots once again. Okay, here we will go for the eye spots. So second one is the nervous system. So how will be the nervous system? These have the ladder kind of the nervous system, ladder type of the nervous system. It has the developed nervous system. As you can see here, these are different ganglions, and as you can see different nerves. So this looks like a ladder, right? It looks like a ladder. So what is endoparasite? The parasites which is present inside the body is called endoparasite. Okay, if you think about the this one, flatworm or anything, so this present inside the body, those are endoparasites. Okay, so nervous system are ladder-like. That means it's completely developed. And here you can see in the above portion, so this is called as eye spot. Okay, this is called as eye spot. Don't mistake that this have the eyes. Okay, these are not eyes. Okay, these are not eyes. This looks like eyes. Okay, this looks like eyes. They have the function of photoreception. That means this can observe the light. Okay, it can detect the light. Okay, it can detect the light. You can say false eyes. Yes, it's a developing eyes. You can say like that also. So most of the neurons are here. So that's why there's empty spaces here. That's called as the eye spots. These are not actually eyes. Okay. So eyes are most complex system. Okay. So it's not yet developed in here. So what will be the reproductive system? Okay. What will be the reproductive system will be, and most of them are hermaphrodite only. Hermaphrodite. I think you know about the meaning of hermaphrodite, right? You know about the meaning of the hermaphrodite. So the fertilization, how it happens, this normally cross fertilization happens even though they are hermaphrodites. Okay, because cross fertilization happens and also the self fertilization happens. Both things will be present in different kinds of the organism based on the scenarios where it is actually present. Okay, so normally sexual reproduction, that's also cross or self fertilization will happen. Okay, sexual. But sometimes what happens, it will also show a kind of asexual reproduction. What kind of asexual reproduction it is? The asexual reproduction will be having a transverse fission. Okay, transverse fission. So what is the meaning of fission? Fission means dividing, right? Sorry. Yes, fission means dividing, and transverse fission means dividing transversely. Okay, this is you can see in the planaria. Okay, this is you can observe it in the planaria. Here is the planaria. So here you can observe. So sometimes it will go or cut like in the half, and it will form the two different organisms. How it's happening? Because these have the high level of regeneration capacity. Okay, what is this regeneration capacity? Is high level of the regeneration capacity. If you may cut a single planaria into 10 different pieces or 20 different pieces, each pieces will give rise to a new planaria. Okay, each pieces will give rise to the new planaria worm. Okay, so that's important. Yeah, fragmentation, you can say it like also. Okay, normally binary fission, because it happens by their process only, not by any external forces. Okay, they only divide like that. So that's why we use the term fission, not as a fragmentation, but fragmentation is also correct. Okay. So fragmentation also correct, absolutely. Why, sir? Why? Because all of these are totipotent cells. Correct, Shira. Okay. Half a one. As actually you can. I will come to that. Okay. Yes. Planaria worms are present in fresh water in the ponds or somewhere. You can observe in the what you can say naked eyes. You don't need the microscope to observe that. But if you observe through the a simple microscope or the a simple microscope, it will be looks more bigger and proper. Okay. Otherwise, it looks like a small dots which is running in the water. Okay. Um, Sir, if you smash it like smashing a potato, can it regenerate? Sir, no, Jion. There are some limitations are there. Okay. No, Surabhi. Not all the organisms have regeneration ability like planaria, but planaria have the high regeneration ability. Okay. Planaria have the high regeneration ability. Not everything have the same regeneration abilities. Okay. Some of them don't have regeneration ability like this. They only they only regenerate the lost parts, not the complete body forms. Okay. But planaria is not like that. Why it's happening like that, we don't know. Like most of the cells are totipotent, so most of the cells can form the other type of cells also. So that's why it will happen like that. Okay. Those are the things. Okay. Our hair is regenerative. No. Our hair is dead. Because that's why you can't say it is regenerative. Okay. Our hair is dead. Lizard is kind of okay, not the complete. Actually, in regeneration also there are like 2 to 3 types will come. Okay, we will learn that in the 12th class. So simple thing is in lizard it can only get the lost tail, not the lost head or not the lost hands. Okay, nails also dead, so we can't. In starfish also regeneration is there, but in that central nervous system should be there to regenerate in most of the starfish. Okay, exceptions are still there. Okay, but in the case of planaria also same thing. If you just simply take one of these cells, it can't regenerate. Okay, these cells. Because I told you, right, if you cut 20 times or 10 times, because I told you, whenever you cut like this, a part of the nervous system will be sorry. When you cut like this, even though 100 times, a part of the nervous system will be there. A part of the nervous system, along with a part of the body's tissue, will help in the regeneration. If you just remove a part of the body without any nervous system, then regeneration will be highly impossible. Okay, it's highly impossible. Yes. Cockroach do not show the regeneration. Cockroach do not show the regeneration. Okay, it can survive only. So what will be the developmental stages? Okay, what will be the developmental stages? Okay, so this have indirect stage. Developmental is indirect. Sometimes it have more than one larva. Okay, so what you can say, indirect with many larva stages. Many larva stages. You can say like that. Developmental stage is indirect with many larval stages. Okay, so yeah, I left with only one thing. So that is the what you can say, in nervous system only I have to be told. Okay, it have eye spots. These eye spots, some of them also have the function of the photoreceptor. Okay, photoreceptor means it can observe the light. Okay, it can sense the light. Okay, sense the light. So not the pictures, only sense the light. Okay, how many species can we see? Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, I'm not sure about. Several hundred species are there. Okay, so hundreds to thousands species are there. Most of them are aquatic. So I think more than 5 to 10,000 species. Or 5 to 10,000 species. Okay, many larvae. One larva will turn into different kind of larva. That different kind of larva will be another kind of larva. That another kind of larva will give rise to the adult. Okay, so larval stages will be different also there. Several larva stages also there. Okay, many larva stages. Okay, stage. Transverse fission and regeneration. Remember, yes. Those are look same, but little bit different, guys. Okay. So they are asking, is transverse fission and regeneration both are same or different? I will tell you how it is different. Okay. One second. Can tapeworm have the regeneration capacity? It do have. Okay, it do have. Yes. So how it is different then? Transverse fission means, imagine one planaria is here. Okay, one planaria is here. You cut here. Okay, and you destroyed this tail system. Okay, and you destroyed the tail system. Only thing is left is this head only. Then what it will do? This will regenerate. Okay, this will regenerate this body part later on. So this is called regeneration in simple means. Okay, what is transverse fission then? One organism is here. Okay, somewhat here, somewhat like this. Okay, so then what happens? Okay, then what happens? It by knowingly it will divide itself. Okay, it divides itself to form the two bodies. Okay, to form the two bodies. So this is called transverse fission. Okay, even though transverse fission or all the cuttings will give rise to those things, but when you go for in depth, the meaning of those words will be a little bit different. Okay, Cystinia, Metacystinia, Oncosphere, Hexagon, Cysticercus. What is that, Priyanka? So are you talking about the different forms of those? Yes. How do they take in the food? Yes, they take in the food, as I already mentioned. Incomplete digestive system is there, the mouth will be there, and the food can be goes in time. Types will be there, but we are not going to that. So that's not included. That's why I left it there. Okay. So here some of the example. One is the tapeworm or tinea closed view. Okay, these are only eye spots. These are not eyes. Remember, don't think that these are eyes. These are not looking at you. Okay, these don't have the eyes. These are blind. Okay, but these have these suckers in here. Okay, what's the function of suckers then? One second, guys. Where I'm writing? I'm not at all writing. You thought it's a skull. It's a head only. It do not have the skull also. No cone in eyes. They do not have the eyes. Then there is no question of cone or rod, right? It do not have eyes. Not at all have eyes. So there is no question of cones or rods. Okay. No. This sucker. Why? I can't write. I can't. Sorry. I am taking the pen. Okay. Like monsters. They won't see. They won't see. They won't see. They can only sense the things. Okay. How they detect the cells? Those photoreceptor cells have the excitable cells. Okay, you will learn that in the last chapter. So that means when the light will fall on that, there are some kind of this will be there, right? What is that called? What is that? Light dependent diode or something will be there, right? Light dependent capacitor or diode. When light will fall, it will emit to transfer this one. No. So what happens is, when on the surface light will fall, then those will send some signals which will give rise to some responses. So diode. Yes, that diode only. Okay. So similar kinds of things will be happen inside the body. Okay. So here these are suckers actually. These actually help in the adhering or what you can say adhere to that particular surface in the intestine or anywhere. Okay, adhere to that particular body, intestine or the digestive tract. Okay. So this will also give rise to the here this have mouth kind of structure. So this will help in the absorption. Okay, correct. Anchorage. Okay. Why regeneration is not considered as reproduction? Okay. Regeneration, I told you, right? Types are there. When you consider a direct term as a regeneration, then another type will be you have to leave the meanings of the words. That's why when we are considering regeneration, we will consider like it will growth of the lost part only we will consider. Then we will go for the types of the regeneration. Then you will learn that somewhere it will give rise to complete body, somewhere it will only give a part of the body. Okay, that's completely comes in the 12th class. That's why I'm not going for the in-depth of that. Okay, do they sleep? I will come to that. Okay. So second one is this one. This is called as fasciola or liver fluke. This is not normally present in the goat or the sheep. Okay. This is also kind of parasite. And second one is the planaria. Planaria is normally present in the freshwater system. Okay. Present in the freshwater system. Okay. So Sachin is asking, do they sleep? Yes. Sleeping means, I told you, as in the last classes, the meaning of sleep is varies from organism to organism, but the meaning is same. Okay. Sleep means taking rest. Okay. Body, sorry, nervous system is taking rest, little bit of rest. Okay. Not all the cells. Okay. Our body is taking rest. The resting phases will be different in different organisms. Okay. The partial sleepness or partial resting phases will be there in the lower organism. That means a part of the body will be not doing any function. After sometimes it will be activated, some other part will not get not doing the other things. Okay. And when it's in some organism where nervous system is not at all developed or it do not have anything, so this do not have any sleep because there is no nervous system. Okay, so meaning of those things will be different. Sir, I couldn't listen the function of the circus. Anchorage. Okay. And anything else? Any else questions? So some organisms go on hibernation. Why is that? I will explain in the last, Jivan. For the food scarcity or some maybe other regions to hide it from some other obstacles. Okay, liver fluke will be present in the time. Yes, sir. Yes. So then, 1 second. In human body, which will act like a liver fluke. We will come to that in next slide. It's there. Okay. So in 10 text, it's given that regeneration is not considered as reproduction because the object can't depend on being cut by others to maintain its regeneration alive on Earth. Exactly. So that's also correct. Okay. So, but when that's also absolutely correct. Okay. So regeneration you can't consider for reproduction because it can't be done because after cutting only it will done. That means you know the answer, bro. Yeah. Right. So. For sucking food. I didn't understand, Chiran. What's that mean? Oh, sucking food. Okay. One question. This is meeting. I told you, right, Chandana? I told you what is the asthma regulation in last only. Maintaining of the ion concentration in the body. Okay. Yes. So next one, some of the examples. Okay. What instead of mucus they have cilia. Not all of them have the cilia. Okay, Surabhi. Very few of them have cilia. Example, planaria. Planaria have the cilia. But if you take a consideration of tinea do not have the cilia. Okay. For softening of body instead of mucus, they have the cilia. No. Cilia is for the movement, not for the softening. Okay. What are the worms present in sheep? Head. Look here. We will come to here only. Okay. So these are some of the examples. So these are some of the examples of the different categories. Okay. Planaria is normally present in the freshwater. So what you already seen here. Okay. Second one is Schistosoma or called I'm not talking about leech. I'm not talking about leech. Okay, leech will be completely different. Okay. How many species? I told you almost like more than 5 to 10,000 species are there. Okay. So second one is a schistosoma, or you can call it as the blood fluke. Okay. Why we call it as a blood fluke? Because it is normally present inside our blood circulatory system. Okay. That's why we normally call it as a kind of a blood fluke. Okay. So second one is the fasciola, or we can consider as a liver fluke. These are normally present in sheep and in the pigs, okay, or some other domestic animals also. This will directly goes into the body through the contaminated water or something, then they will start to deposit there, start to divide there. Okay. So fluke means simply worms, I think. Okay. Fluke means worm. So that's also one of the measure is there. Okay. So sometimes in animals, how it can be seen means most of the food will be absorbed by these parasites only. Then what happens? Those particular organisms get something called dizziness and they can't move or what you can say, without having enough energy to do anything. Okay. All those things, malnutrition by there also you can observe that. Sometimes because of the liver fluke, those organs will swell up. Okay, liver and all the organs will swell up. Those are also result in the more larger abdomen compared to the other part of the body. Okay, the legs and the legs will be very small, but only the stomach will be very big. Okay, there's also sometimes notify that there are some problem is there. Okay, next one will be the Tinea solium or tapeworm. Species will be different, but we normally call it as tapeworm only. Different kinds of tapeworm affect different kinds of the body, even also in the humans also. Okay, tapeworm can enter the body through the contaminated water. That's why we have to wash the vegetables and all the things properly. Okay, so some of them can live inside our body also. This can penetrate the digestive systems, and they may transfer up to different part of the bodies also. Okay, yes, present in pig meat also. That's why you have to cook it. Okay, so and by uncooked meat of pig and others also, these have cooked hooks, suckers, all those things which help in the transfer and absorbing the food and all those things. Okay, and next one is the cystic or bladder worm. So this is also one of the important worm. What happens here is like these are also affecting our internal system, majorly in the portion of abdomen. Okay, that's why it's called as bladder worm. Normally we will get the pain, abdominal pain in the bladder area, so we call it as a bladder worm. So this also causes the major disease. Disease means you can't normally observe externally in the initial phases. Okay, later what happens is malnutrition is first thing. Okay, what you can observe, because all the nutritions are absorbed by these things. Okay, in jantuhudu we call it as jantuhudu tapeworm. Correct. Okay, so yeah, some of them can go up to the human brain. Yes, absolutely. Okay, in the higher forms, they can go up to the human brain, and in sometimes after the death of higher level of tapeworm, so sometimes tapeworm want to go out. Okay, after the death of the organisms, they try to go out through the digestive system or boring through the body. That's also happens. Okay, have you ever cut planaria cutting and observing planaria, everything will be in the BSc. If you go for BSc and if you took the zoology, then those practicals will be there. Okay, and maximum height of tapeworm will be 27 meters. Tapeworms can grow up to any size because it do not have to do any work, right? It have to be sit down and it have to absorb all the food. So it will almost absorb the things and do like that. Okay. And another one thing about Schistosoma, Schistosoma is amazing fact is like the male will carry the female. Okay, male will carry the female until up to a certain age. Okay, adulthood. When both of them reach the adulthood, the male will transfer the sperm to the female body. When that female will become, or when fertilization happens, then female will be detached from the male body. Okay, so that system also happens. There is cutting organisms. Somewhere depends upon the college. Okay, where I read this autonomous college. That means they have their own syllabus. So we have a lot of practicals regarding those things. Planaria and Drosophila. Those are the starting things from the genetics to this, and you have to go for up to the dogfish, shrimp, and there are fishes. Okay, and different things are there. Okay, even some many mammals objectives or taking sections of the human this one intestine or the stomach. There are a lot of practicals will be there. Okay, but if you go for the university colleges, the practicals are comparatively less. Okay. What is hooks and suckers? Hooks and suckers are the object which is present in the tip of the tapeworm. Okay, these will help in the anchorage and sucking the nutrition from that particular organ. Okay. Food for planaria. Planaria normally feed on the lower microorganisms, including the protistans. Okay, so sometimes majorly it works on predating upon the other organisms. Okay, so either maybe belongs to any protestant members, protozoan members. Okay, all those things. Where they regenerate, blood fluke, liver fluke. Okay, so there are some systems are there, Ajay. Okay, some systems, what happens, they will have the two hosts, multiple hosts. Okay, that's host means, right, where actually they will develop. But some of them have the multiple host system. If you take an example of liver fluke have a life cycle. So in the two different system, one is the snail and another one is the sheep. Okay, so some form of the life cycle happens in the snail, some other form happen in the sheep. Okay, same thing happen within case of the tenias. Okay, so depending upon the host, the this one, what is it called, reproduction will happen. Okay, in sometimes happens in a singular host, sometimes it happens in the multiple host. So that's why, like here you only learn about those names. But when you go for the 12th, there will go about in detail, like how the process will happen, all those things we will learn there also one more time. Okay, what are the what are the names? Now only told, like liver fluke. Sir, what are the white worms present in sheep head? White worms present in sheep head? I am not sure about what are the white worms. So probably you are talking about any this one, liver flukes which transfer to the head system. But normally regular worms not generally affect the brain first. Okay, accessing to the brain is very harder. That's why they will access from other body parts. Then they will move on to the brain. Okay, so that happens normally. So especially in goats head. I didn't understand what you guys are asking exactly. Tapeworms will going to that is in the last cases only. When in a higher cases only, they will transfer to the head system. Okay. So when it's like highly generated on this. But when you go for the roundworms are normally affect the brains, all those things. Okay. When you go for the nematoda or another next phylum, there it normally found. But these things very rare. Okay. Blood fluke can transfer from different systems. Yes. From ears, it can go, but you will feel the pain. Okay. If it is accessing, if any insect are accessing to your brain through the ear, you will feel the pain because it has to pass through the drum, right? Eardrum. It have to make a hole in the eardrum, then only it can pass, right? So you will feel the heavy pain and what you can say, the water coming out of ear, all those will you can observe. Okay. So if something enters your brain means we are almost dead. Okay, because if we drill in our brain, then we will start to lose consciousness and some other characters also, right? That's why. Multiple host means take an example like which one is the better? Malaria, you know, right? Malaria have the two hosts. One is a human and another one is the our this one. What's that? Mosquito. Okay, Anopheles mosquito. So some form of the life cycle, some of the forms will happen within the mosquito and some other forms happen within the human. So it has the two hosts. That's what called as the multiple host. Okay. Why we can't sense the bite of the leech? We will come to that. It's in the annelida, right? There I will explain you why you can't find why blood will not clot. Okay, all this. Actually, you can sense the horse. If you observe, I don't know you ever bitten by the leech or not, but you can feel the bite, but it will be so less sensible compared to the other bites. Okay, you can still find it. Yes. One question key, excretory organs of Tinea solium are nephridia, flame cells, malphigium corpuscles, green glands. Okay, I'm launching the poll because you don't need any time to answer this, I think. Right. Yes, guys, someone's still giving the wrong answers. Yes, I'm waiting for the answers from here also. Yes, yes. Almost like 45 seconds over, still 15 seconds are there. Yes, I'm ending the poll in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm ending the poll. And I'm sharing the result. 13% chosen option A, 74% B, 11% C, and 2% D. I'm stop sharing the result. Yes, correct, right. These are like direct question. What about green gland, nephridia, and Malpighian corpuscles? These are also kind of excretory organs, but in different phylums. Okay, we will learn that in the later phylums. That's why I'm not going to explain all those things one more time, because in the next we will learn about nephridia. Later we will learn about green gland. Later about the Malpighian corpuscles. Okay, so timer is over. 1 minute 10 seconds I gave. Okay, so timer I can't see because it's in PPT. So that's why. The correct answer is plain cells. It's kind of a direct question, right? So you can answer directly without any thinking. Okay. Those worms in sheaths are larvae of arthropoda. I'm not sure, bro, which you are talking about. Just mention the name or anything. Just I will try to find. Okay. And everyone in YouTube also correct. Okay. So nephridia. We will see where you can find where nephridia will start. Okay. Okay, I will check on that, Pawan. Okay. So, guys. So these things, these worms are highly diversified. Okay. So every one of the, if you take any one of the worm, you will need at least 1/2 an hour to explain the life cycle and the things. But none of those are including this in this particular chapter. That's why nowhere we are going in depth. But we will go for next. Okay. Correct, Chandana. Right, correct, Chandana. Okay. So next one is the Ascalmanthis, or you can call it as the nematoda. Okay, phylum nematoda. What you are seeing here is actually the picture of the Cenobritis elegans. Okay. So these are not included in this syllabus. Don't take attention. Okay. Yeah. So Cenobritis elegans, what's the importance means we normally use it in the genetics, and when we are studying about the mutation, sorry, not mutations, okay, cell divisions and embryonic division, because these are transparent. Okay, these are tiny and these are transparent. These are easy to grow and these are easy to store. Okay, so we use this extensively in the research work. Okay, as we use it in the this one. Fruit flies, right? Drosophila, exactly like this. We also use it Cenobritis elegans. So these kind of organisms are called model organisms. Okay. So what we are studying, we study on these organisms. So there are some model organisms are there. One is the Drosophila, second one is the Cenobritis elegans, this one nematode, and the third one is the rat. Okay. In plants also there are some are there, Arabidopsis thaliana. Okay. On those particular organisms, we will study those mechanisms and everything. Later, we will apply the same mechanism to the higher organisms. Okay. So that's what happens. So whenever we are studying about anything. Okay. So that's the importance about this diagram only. Sorry, this picture only. This is actually a microscopic picture of the C. elegans. Okay. Nobody pronounced it. Okay. We normally call it as C. elegans. C. elegans. Okay. So yes, because another thing is it's like hard to write this spelling. Okay, most of the times we will miss this. So that's why everyone writes something like C. elegans. This is also correct, right? So that's why. Yeah, that's also one reason. So it's not important for you in that manner, but important things are there in this also. Okay. So these are the first one is a habitat. Habitat, these are mostly parasitic, exactly like that only. Okay. These are mostly parasitic of plants and animals. Okay, these are parasitic for both plants and animals. Sometimes what happens in your farm, you given the water, you given everything, but the plants are actually dying. Okay, if you go for what is the reason, there will be nematode which is sucking the plant roots, sorry, nutrition from the roots. So plants are dying of without having enough nutrition. Okay, so you can say that Ascalmanthus or nematode also parasites of the plants and also the animals. Okay, plants and also the animals. So what is the body form? Normally when you take a TS, it looks like something like that. That's why we call it as a roundworm. Okay, roundworm. Why we call it as? When we take a TS, transverse section, those bodies almost looks like a circular kind of the thing. That's why. Okay, and outer surface or epidermis have a cuticle. Cuticle means outer thin layer of the cells, and they also have syncytial or syncytial epidermis. What is the meaning of syncytial or syncytial epidermis? Syncytial or syncitial epidermis means a single cell will be there or long cells having more than one nucleus. Okay, it is exactly the things what you already studied, right? So having more than one nucleus, more than one nucleus. So this system in animal epidermis is called as syncytial. Okay, syncytial or syncytial, but normally pronounced as syncytial. Okay, so syncytial means what? The cells will be large and each cell will have more than one nucleus. Okay, these kind of things we also observed in the fungi, right? What term we used there in the fungi? We used the similar kind of the function, sorry, similar kind of the thing. What word we used there? Anyone remember? Dikaryon, right? There, if it is present like two nucleus, then we use the term dikaryon, and we also use the term multinucleated and phenocytic. Exactly, right? Most suitable term you use it there, and which is looks like similar is phenocytic. What the term you used in the fungi here is the syncytial. Okay. So those kind of epidermis is present. That's important. Okay. What about the body cavity then? Body cavity is, these have the pseudocoelom. I'm not going to explain what is the pseudocoelom again. So pseudocoelom means having the pouch. Okay. Pouches of the mesoderm. Okay. So these are the only pseudocoelomate animals. Remember. Okay. These are the pseudocoelomate animals. Look, from here coelom started to develop. Okay, but these are the only pseudocoelomate animals that you should remember. Okay, so that's very, very important, normally asked. Okay, so what about the digestive tract? Digestive tract is complete. Digestive tract is complete. That means with anus and the mouth with the muscular pharynx. Okay, what is the meaning of muscular pharynx? Pharynx means digestive tract, right? Or digestive tract. Correct, right? Digestive tract, what you can see here, this is a pharynx. It have a muscular pharynx. That means muscles are present in that pharynx. Okay, that's the importance of digestive tract in the Ascalmantis. Okay, I'm repeating it once more time. So muscular pharynx means digestive tract which is aligned by the muscles. So these muscles help in the movement of the tract to make it or grind the food properly, more properly. Okay, so that's also there. So second one is the skeletal, respiratory and circulatory systems. Okay, everything is again one more time actually absent. Okay, all these things are absent. Then how it happens? Similar, skeletal by the hydroskeleton, respiration by the diffusion, and circulatory system, how it happens? Circulatory system happens through the pseudocoelomic fluid. Okay, pseudocoelomic fluid will be there. Can it produce sound? So Ascalmantis, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. It do not produce any sounds because it do not have any what you can say. It do not have any particular systems like us to make any sounds. It do not produce any sounds. Okay. So those are the important things. The circulation will happen to the pseudocoelomic fluid. Okay. Nidoblaster, no nidoblaster present. Nidoblaster confined to the nidaria only. Okay. Except some of the ctenophora. Nowhere else you can't find the nidoblast. Okay. So what are the excretory systems then present here? Okay. Excretory present is normally what we can say a giant cells which is helping the diffusion process. So a separate kind of cell is there called rennet cells. Okay, rennet cells. These cells actually help in the excretion process. Okay, rennet cells or gland cells. These are the two types of the cells which help in the. Can it have eyes? So when we go to the example, we will see. Okay, what are the examples for the Ascalmantis? Ascalmantis examples. So where we can observe. Because most of these things are parasitic, so they don't have any those sensory things. Eyes are not at all developed. Eyes are like too complex. to develop in here only. Okay, eyes are too complex to that. Then what about the nervous system? Okay, nervous system is actually a little bit complex because one second, it have a what you can say, a kind of a more elongated nervous system. It have some of the sensory organs also. These sensory organs contain, some of them containing photoreceptors. Okay, chemoreceptors means which can smell the, sorry, chemoreceptor, which can detect the different chemicals. Okay, which can detect the different chemicals. And they also have gland receptor help in the recognition of male and female sex to each other. Okay, that's also there. And this also have movement receptor. Okay, tactile receptor means tactile receptor which actually help in the touch receptor. Okay, touch receptor. These are the three receptors which is present in these things. Chemoreceptors sense the different chemicals. Gland receptors sense the male and female. Tactile receptor which help in the this one help in the sensing the touch. Okay, rennet cells and green glands both are same cell. Yes, correct. Okay, so you can that means normally what we call it in some of the organism we call it as a rennet cell because it's more prominently adjusted. In some of them we don't call it like way, we call it as the gland cells only. Okay, so later some other things are there. We will do that. Okay, no issue. So second one is the sexes. How the sexes are developed in this particular organisms. These are dioecious. Dioecious means what? Dioecious means organisms are always male and females are different, and these are also show the sexual dimorphism. Okay, these are also showing sexual dimorphism. So that's the importance here. Male and females look different in their structure. Okay, either there may be one is larger and one is smaller. Okay, normally that happens. Females will be larger and males will be smaller. Okay, so all those things will happen, or they may have a bented kind of structure or straight kind of structure. All those are makes us to differentiate the sexes. Okay, and the development may be direct or indirect. That means some of them directly developed, some of them through the process of the different larva stage. Okay, larva is there. Okay, so some of them don't have any larva stages. Example will be ascaris or roundworms, which is one of the major what you can say parasite in humans. Okay, so it infects the intestine through the contaminated food. Okay, then what happens? These will start to accumulate the food and they will reproduce, and sometimes they bore the intestine or our digestive system and causes the infections. Okay, and second one is the Schistosoma or hookworm. The comedy about this hookworm is you don't need any contaminated food or anything for this to infect. Okay, the only thing is it will normally present in the this one a moist soil. Okay, if you step on the direct or indirect, yeah, correct, right. If you step on the moist soil, if you don't wash your hands, wash your food, so then what happens? These will bore your skin. Okay, these will bore your skin and they start to reproduce inside your body. And they normally present in the muscle tissues because muscle tissues are rich in the oxygen and also rich in the nutrition. Okay, ATP or other things. So they try to get into the muscles. Okay, it causes the muscle pain and cramps. That's why in older days they will say that if you go out and come into the house, please wash your legs. Okay, everyone say because of these things. Hookworms can bore in your skin. You don't need to take it inside your stomach or anything. Okay, no need to consume it. It can, without consumption also, it can come into your body through direct contact with the moist soil. So you have to wash your legs when you go out and come back again. Okay, but now we are wearing shoes and everything. That's why it's not feeling that much of problematic now. Okay. I don't know the names in all the things, Chirant. I don't know. Okay. Medicines are very problematic because these are in the this ones muscles. There are some algal secondary metabolites are there which can actually remove or have the ability to kill these things, but those things are a little bit difficult. Okay, so finding out is difficult. That's important. And the next one is a loa loa. Loa loa is also kind of things. This will also infect through the different body tissues, but these will normally reside near to the eye region. Okay, not only in eye, sometimes it's in the eye. So what happens? Probably you may watch a video. It's available in YouTube also. Okay, this will be present in this white system on the eyes. Okay, this will grow big, and this may also can cause conjunctiva. That means that person can't see the area properly because most of the blood or anything nutrition coming to the eyes will be consumed by these things. Okay, so this can also be removed directly because this will be only on large worms, but hookworms are tiny worms. Okay, that's the issue. And second one is the Uchteria. Uchteria is a kind of a worm transferred by the insects. Okay, when it's in our body, so it also infected the muscles, and with response to those particular pathogen, our body also responds, which causes the elephantiasis. Okay, or it's also called filariasis. I know the name of this one, Alekalu roga, right? So Uchteria is one of the major diseases. Not that in India now, okay, one time it's actually major, but now it's almost removed. But in African countries, it's still a major threat. Okay, in higher level of Uchteria infection may be fatal. Higher level of infection of all these things, roundworm, hookworm, or Uchteria is a fatal. That means may kill. Okay, so that's elephantiasis have a medicine. So there is also one thing is there. Therapies are there. Okay, elephantiasis also have the therapies. But even though after almost removal of all the Uchterias, still the legs will be like that. Sometimes they will make some operation to remove the extra tissue. All those things are there. Okay, but all of them are not what you can say simple things, simple medication. Okay, these are almost like a complex one. Okay, so those are the things. How lymph is affected by the Uchteria? Good question to ask. What happens? These Uchteria will normally affect the lymph nodes in our body. I don't know how many of you know about the lymph nodes. Okay, lymph vessels or lymph nodes are similar to our blood vessels only. Okay, and these Uchteria will clog the lymph nodes or clog the lymph nodes means a small what you can say substation. Okay, substation like the things. When this will block, this completely blocked, which causes the swelling in our body. Okay, so that's the thing. Level of organization. Sorry, I left it. What is the level of organization here? Level of organization in Ascalmanthus or in the roundworm? It will be. I forgot the name of that exact Molia. Okay, I will check with that. Yes, organ level will present. Okay, organ level will present bilateral. So next level comes, then I will go. Other that you can think about it. The name of the this one nematode which is causing the disease, I forgot the name because we normally use the term nematode only. Okay, so that's why we will forget the names of the scientific names of those organisms. I will try to remember and I will tell you in the next class. Okay, so these are the things we studied today. So guys, read the things. Okay, there are much complications are there. Okay. Reproduction, as we already discussed, normally happens through the cross fertilization. Okay, cross fertilization is normally fertilization. Sexual reproduction is the major thing. What is happening here? Okay, what happens in here? Sexual reproduction is very rare. So that's why I didn't mention it. Okay. So yes, guys. So read the things one more time. I thought of asking one more question, but I will directly launch the teacher NPS. You can answer the teacher NPS. If you have any doubt, you can ask voicerus or viviparous. We normally don't use those terms here because these are not exactly egg laying, right? These are not exactly egg laying. Those lives will be a life cycle or lifestyle will be different. So that's why we normally don't use those terms. Okay. This form kind of a larva stages, kinds of the what you can say indirect kind of stages. So not exactly eggs. Okay. Any other doubts, guys? Because I know this have a lot of doubts, majorly about the infectious. But the infection thing is like if I go for that, it will take another like 1 day for that one only. That's why I'm like going in a slow way. Nervous system in Ascalmanthus is actually very low compared to that one. It's, one second. I'm going to here on. Okay. Nerves are well developed in the body. Okay. Words are there called a circumferential nerve system, but I don't think it's needed. Okay. Lola is reproduction. Reproduction is, as we told, sexual type. So normally happens through the this one, a dioecious sexual dimorphism. So sexual method of reproduction will happen. Do not having the eyes by the sensors okay, even though these do not have the eyes, they can sense the prey due to the different sensors which is present in their body. Okay. Is Amazon forest, there is a plastic eating fungus, there is really there is a Chaitanya, actually plastic eating fungus are a good issue. Okay. Actually one of my favorite, that is okay, it's a microscopic fungus, but the issue is the level of decomposing of the fungus is very low. Okay, leveling of decomposing is very low. Okay, so that's why we normally it's not in a major level, but we still working on changing their genetic condition to make it more efficient. Okay. Yes. What will you call the study of the worms? I'm not sure, Suhas. You have to tell me. Okay, sense organs of platyhelminthes. Where it is? Platyhelminthes. It came here only, right? So it have the eye spots majorly. That's the major thing. Cuticle is present, and it also contains the syncytial epidermis. Both are, you can see. There are several organisms are developing, but we have to see that how much are efficient they are, even though they are eating. Okay, plastic eating they are. Okay. Cuticle is the outer layer, but syncytial epidermis is the inner layer. Cuticle is almost a dead particle, dead skin layer. Okay, na? But syncytial epidermis is a living layer. What I left? Any other question? I left, I think. I don't know about what's the study of worms. You have to check and tell me. Okay. Lola, how this affects the human being? It's also transferred from the insect. Okay. These are also insect transferred. So actually a kind of some fly, DFly or D-fly is there, that actually causes the, transfer these, this ones, nematodes into humans or the monkeys. Anything else? Probably I missed some of the question. You can mention. How reproduction takes place in Ascalmanthus? Majorly sexual reproduction, Ajay. Okay, majorly sexual reproduction happens. They will produce the sperm and the eggs. Male and females will be completely different, and the reproduction or development happens internal. Okay, it's called internal reproduction. Then those will be ejected outside. They can develop. Okay. Maybe or exactly, probably. I'm not sure about it. Okay, I will check with that. Yes, guys. Any more doubts? Thank you. Bye bye. Helminthology. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Helminthology. So it's called study of worms. Okay. Sexual reproduction, platyhelminthes. We discussed that also, right? Sexual reproduction, how it happens. Yes. Mm, visible. Check with above. A pole is running. Something will be there, right? Check with that also. So if they give any scientific name of an organism, then how can you find it? You have to know, Aniruddha. There is no other way actually. You have to know the scientific name of the organism. Normally, whenever they are asking scientific name, they will ask in the textbook only. Okay, they ask in the textbook. What are the example I mentioned here? It's also the examples given in the textbook only, with their scientific name also given in the textbook. So we have to make sure about there. Okay, guys, then I will end the poll. I will end the class. Okay.